Welcome to State Insurance USA Cares podcast, where we celebrate the heart of our communities. Each episode, we highlight local charities and nonprofits who are bringing hope, help, and healing to those who need it most. Get ready to be inspired by the amazing stories of people making a difference, because together, we care.
Welcome, Fort Myers Beach Good Neighbors. Today we have good neighbors Sylvia Montgomery and Suzan Lanz from the Fort Myers Beach Art Association. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, pleasure to have you ladies on this morning and share a little bit about what you do. So let's start off with you guys sharing a little bit about what the Art Association is all about.
Okay. Thanks for having us, Jim.
Yep.
Fort Myers Beach Art Association was established in 1951 by artists going to the beach and painting plein air, which means out in the outdoors. And it grew from there. They did workshops, they did classes. And I believe in the 60s, they bought a piece of property on Denora Street on Fort Myers Beach. And a few years later, they built a lovely little hut, if you will, to have little workshops in and the community, good place for the community to get together and do some artwork and share it with amongst everybody. The Art Association grew and the buildings grew and got added on as time went by. And we had a lovely community and we had international artists come and teach workshops. And, it was a good place. We had all kinds of events and activities going on there. But as you know, Jim, with many other buildings, it suffered severe damage from Hurricane Ian. And subsequently, we helped each other out for a long time there. The First Congregational Church on College was kind enough to let us use their fellowship hall. So we never missed a show. We never missed a meeting. A lot of the other local art groups, adopted us temporarily and let us hang our artwork there. But recently, we need a home back. We did some fundraisers to raise money to rebuild, and we still would love to rebuild, but financially we can't do it right this moment. So we rent a space on Cypress Square, right next to Prawn Brokers and Bellini's, in that little restaurant row there. We have a lovely little gallery, and we've been there since April 1st.
Very nice. It's a beautiful location. I've been there myself, and you guys have done a great job with it. It's very welcoming, very bright, very artistic, I might say, right?
Well, we hope so. And Sylvia joined. When did you join?
I joined in July of last year. And I was just, driving with a friend, and we saw the sign and it said art gallery, and we're like, oh, let's go check it out.
So Sylvia and I are different than most members in the organization, whereas we have scientific degrees, business degrees. We were not trained as artists. So really? We bring a different perspective to the organization, and it's good for us to have a, wide variety of folks, because she is a publicity and marketing expert. And so we're so lucky to have her join us.
That's very kind. And I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And so I kind of just do, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, but she does a lot, let me tell you.
It's a pleasure.
I bet. So how did each of you get involved in this? I mean, obviously without backgrounds. I do personally have an art background myself, even though I really don't use it. I use it other ways.
You could join us.
You got to join us.
I know, right? Exactly.
We'll make you an honorary member.
There we go. Perfect.
So, we moved down in 2020 during COVID. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I tried to be an artist and a crafter many, many years ago, but corporate life got in the way, and I didn't pick up a paintbrush for 25 years. And then once we moved down here, I was still working full time, but remotely. COVID, God bless. And started picking up a paintbrush again. And I wanted to find my own little tribe, and looked around and found Fort Myers Beach. Unfortunately, right during or right after the hurricane. So I did go to the old building a few times, but I wasn't an official member at the time. So I do recall the building, but I didn't have the honor of, sitting there in the building. So.
Very nice.
And I, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sylvia.
I was going to say, my husband and I bought in 2021, during COVID, like gazillion other people. And we lived right outside Washington, D.C. And with the idea that once he retired, I was working remote, we would move down here. And yes, my background is in marketing. Fun fact, I did go to school for art school, but I didn't do anything with it for 40 some years because, normally just
doesn't pay the bills.
Painting doesn't pay the bills. So, went into the marketing direction. And when I first came across the organization, one of the things that really attracted me to it was the fact that it had been established. It had this just tremendous heritage. I never had the opportunity to go to the facility, at the beach. But given that I live in North Fort Myers, it's super convenient to be able to get to Cypress Square. Whereas going to the beach on a more regular basis is not quite as convenient. But it just has a tremendous heritage. It has a tremendous wealth of knowledge, different people from different backgrounds. And my goal was to be able to start painting. And then as I learned more about the organization and that they needed some help with marketing, I just couldn't help myself. So I had to jump in there, and I've been having a lot of fun just, contributing, and because we need to get the word out. We need to get the word out that we're there and that we love to have new members and learn more about their own.
And it's working. When prior to us moving into the new space in Cypress Square, we had approximately 75, 78 members. We're approximately at 150 members right now.
Wow,
members
that is
joining
awesome.
every week, and from all over, greater Fort Myers community, as well as Fort Myers Beach community. And, our demographics have shifted. Earlier on, it was a lot of Fort Myers Beach snowbirds. Correct. Now, as you know, Jim, a lot of us are retired. A lot of us baby boomers have retired, and younger,
and Gen X,
There you go. Yeah.
Last year baby boomer, have retired early, work remotely, and have moved down to Florida full time. So our demographics has changed to much more full time members. That being said, that means we need to offer a lot more to our full-time members over the summer months, the non-winter, the non-high season. And we are implementing that now. We're working towards that. What are some of the programs that we've done and will be doing?
Well, for example, the one that, immediately caught my attention this past summer was the Lunch and Learns, because, it's a quick 1 hour, middle of the day on Saturday. You can bring your own lunch or not, cup of coffee. And there's a demo, there's a talk, by a local artist. A lot of times they're members, sometimes they're not. So the Lunch and Learns were a quick hit with me because I could just pop in, come in, come out.
Free and open to
Absolutely.
Everyone.
Yes.
So we had very good attendance for these Lunch and Learns, and we hope to continue them. And the Lunch and Learns can consist of all different things. How to frame a piece of art. I did one on how to make greeting cards of your art. We had some jewelry making. We had some how to paint fine pop art with crayons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did one that was actually very unexpected, and it was about how to kind of look into yourself and find what is your style and what is it that you want to accomplish with art from a personal reward perspective. So it's not always, you have to come in and you have to do some artwork. There's some really engaging conversations that take place as well.
There's a lot of personal growth and connection going on in the community,
Absolutely.
which is great. I love
It really is. And then we get very involved with community activities, other nonprofits. We support the Women's Club activity. We had an absolute blast this past Saturday, hosting one of the putt-putts and running the show for Nervous Nellies there. And all the costumes and all of it was just so much fun. We had
it's
a ball.
A great event.
Yeah. And we're helping out the Shrimp Fest this year and next year. So the Lions Club with that, we're in the process of making a mural, one of those photo in murals for the kids run at the end of February. We're working on a mural right now for them. Next year, we're going to be designing their T-shirts, their designs for their T-shirts. So we're going to have a little internal competition. So that's set. We have just initiated that today, actually. So we got a lot going on. We support all of the organizations where some of our members are looking into how we can help some Fort Myers organizations. We do a scholarship. Well, it's more of a art award for Cypress Lake High School. Every year we participate in that. We donate to the award. We donate awards to the students for that. So we did a food drive recently. Mm-hmm. We try to stay very involved in the community and give back. I mean, we are a nonprofit, and that's part of our mission.
Absolutely. And you guys are doing a great job. So on the flip side of that, what are some of the things that the community can do to help you guys?
Well, come visit the gallery.
Come visit the gallery.
Visit the gallery.
Our membership has really grown, and we're grateful for it. We have so many lovely people. But honestly, it would be fabulous if we got more of the public to come in and see our art and see what we offer, see all the workshops we have in the upcoming classes. We have, dozens of things upcoming. This week alone, we have our plein air meets every Wednesday and every Saturday. And they're all over Fort Myers, Bonita, Punta Gorda, Fort Myers Beach.
Matlacha, I went a couple of weeks ago. It was very nice.
Yeah, so our website lists everything, fortmyersbeachart.com. We do all different kinds of workshops. We have jewelry making workshop coming up.
Watercolor, acrylic.
Watercolor. We're doing, we have started a new book club on Sundays for art-related books. The one that they're doing right now is called The Artist's Way, which I actually just started reading it yesterday. It's very interesting. So we have a lot of offerings because our membership is growing and people want to get involved. Our members, we're offering more and more things every week.
And you've got something for everybody, it seems like, which is great.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying.
And if we don't, please, we're open to suggestions. We're learning, we're growing. It's a transitional time for us right now because, we were hurting for 3 years as everyone else is. And now we're trying to find our way. Our space now is smaller. We would love to have a larger space, and we're keeping our options open. Is what can we do once our lease is up at our organization? Do we renew in Cypress Square, or maybe we find a bigger, better, opportunity? Maybe we have the funds to rebuild or work out some kind of opportunity on Denora Street.
I love it. And you've got a number of people already displaying their artwork in your gallery, correct?
Yes. Our artwork changes approximately every 4 to 6 weeks. Everything comes off the wall and we start the next show.
It's a lot of work.
All original artwork. It is a lot of work. We have a good team, but I get stuck spackling and painting in between, but we're working on that as well. So the artwork changes. We also have artwork at the Fort Myers Beach Library. We have a wall or two there where some of our artists hang their art, and that rotates periodically. We sell greeting cards at the Islander. Anita is so supportive of our organization, and she sells our greeting cards there, and we do pretty darn well there. We also have a show currently right now called Outside the Lines, and it's presented at Cape Coral Art Center. There's 23 art centers, nonprofits within the Southwest Florida Art Council, and we all support each other.
Exactly.
And
one of the new things I was going to mention is we're now going to be part of that extended First Friday Art Walk with, wine and cheese Friday. So you can kind of start doing that art crawl, start at Cypress Square, work your way down, go to Dawes Co-op, work your way down and go downtown Fort Myers. So, it's kind of nice that it's extended itself, the route.
Yeah, we'll do wine and cheese at 4, and then they can go to Das Co-op and Alliance for the Arts and do the 5:30 big fancy stuff, see the artwork, the next show that opening's there, and then go downtown to Art Walk. So I would love it if people would come join us for our first Fridays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a great time, right? Artwork, people, community. Who would want to be there, right? Now the weather could cooperate.
You know what? When it's cold like this, it's a good time to snuggle up and to come into the gallery and paint. We do open paints. So today we do something. Today there's a free class open to everyone called Bossy Pants, where one of the instructors prompts you things to do with your canvas. And it'll be very abstract, and it's a multimedia event, and it's fun to see the outcomes of that. So today's Bossy Pants. Tomorrow we do open paint, where any of our members can come. They bring their supplies, and it's a good community event. And every Wednesday we're there.
Well, and Wednesday is plein air, which I had never done until like last month.
Sometimes they coincide. They do plein air in the courtyard at Cypress Square. Wow. And then we do critiques. Wednesday afternoon we'll do critiques. We're also going to do regular critiques another day of the week, but we're still hemming and hawing on what that's going to be. So if you're a novice artist and you want just to get some opinions, I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I love to bring some of my semi-finished artwork in to get feedback from the true professionals, and it's so helpful. And like I said, everyone's willing to help out. They'll tell you, oh, you didn't hang that correctly. The wire's got to be 3 inches down, not 2.5. And so they're really helpful, and they'll help you matte products if you need to put a matte on your watercolor stuff. And it's a great bunch of ladies and gentlemen.
There's also greeting cards there. There's a couple of racks of greeting cards. So if it's more convenient for someone, they can just pop in there to buy some greeting cards too.
I love it. Love it. You guys are doing some great things. It sounds like you have a very bright future ahead, and things are finally recovering and getting back to normal and growing, as well.
Yes. Our heart is on the beach. That's our vibe. It's very casual. It's very beachy. And we try to emulate that in the gallery as well. And so it doesn't matter where we live. We always have that spirit in our hearts.
Correct.
I love that. I love that. So how would our listeners go about reaching out to you, contacting you if they want to become involved or wanted to help?
Well, our best way is our website, which is fortmyersbeachart.com. And that gives a list of all our events and activities. If you want to enter any of our shows, you got to, just follow the prompts on the website, or please come visit us. Our address is 13451 McGregor Boulevard, Unit 1 in Cypress Square. Like I said, right between Prawn Brokers and Bellini's. We're right there.
Absolutely. And on the website, you'll find the social media links as well. So there's regular posts on both Instagram and Facebook.
Very good. Yeah, great location. I encourage everybody to swing on by and check this out. It's a great location. You guys are doing some great things. Any last words for our listeners today?
Well, we love our community. We love our members, and we look forward to meeting and greeting every single person who comes through our doors and participates in all the fun we have.
Absolutely.
I would just say as a new member, this year was the 75th. Well, last year, it's still part of the 75th year anniversary of the organization. And I, just looking forward to seeing where the next 75 plus years go. It's a remarkable history.
We should be so lucky that we're around in 75.
Exactly. It's a remarkable history.
Very good. Ladies, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for doing what you're doing for the community and bringing some of this energy back. We love it. And thank you for, most of all, being such good neighbors.
It's our pleasure, Jim.
Our pleasure. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you in the gallery very soon.
Thank you for joining us on State Insurance USA Cares. We hope today's story uplifted and inspired you. If you'd like to support or learn more about the incredible work happening in your community, visit stateinsuranceusa.com or call 239-567-9992. You can also visit CaboWaboGym.com. Until next time, be sure to let your sun shine and keep sharing good and positive vibes wherever the waves take you.